Warney lived the almost perfect Australian life. His talents were able to take him from the suburbs to wherever he wanted to go in the world. His skill, his tenacity, his personality meant that we cheered him along the whole way. Like you, it still doesn't quite make sense, and trying to speak in the past tense about such an icon is just weird. Now, I'm not going to pretend that I was mates with Shane Warne or knew him any more than a passing moment here or there. When I cared most about cricket, it was when he was at his best, and that era, of course, will never be the same. But one thing that is absolute about somebody who dies so quickly and so early is that it is a thundering reminder to us about how quickly life can change and how quickly life can end. So, as always, we now live the life that he can't, which means be yourself. Don't hold on to grudges. Tell people that you love them every single day. Never take it for granted that there will be tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, next Christmas. The tributes have been obvious and absolute, and all of them glowing and all of them important. And we'll talk to Gideon Haigh, who wrote some beautiful things in the Oz a little later in the show. But I love what Australians did in the past couple of days. At his statue, which is at the MCG, people turned up, and yes, some left flowers, but some left beer and some left smokes. Now, in the new world, this is all toxic masculinity. In the real world, this is Warney. This is awesome. Again, the ultimate Australian life, to go from a suburb and obscurity to world famous, doing whatever he could, not because he inherited it, not because he stole it, not because he cheated anyone out of it, but because he was that damn good. Congratulations and well done to everyone involved in the decision to rename the Great Southern Stand at the MCG the SK Warne Stand. Of course, that stadium, that stand was roaring when he was at his professional best. It's a place that he loved, of course, in the introduction of Big Bash cricket, where he revived his career, and of course, where he has been able to return as the linchpin of Fox cricket coverage here on Foxtel. So as always, it's strength and love to his family, strength and love to his mates, strength and love to the people who knew him better than those of us who just cheered him on, and strength and love to his team here, including Steve Crawley and all the people at Fox Sports. They built a world around this bloke, and rightly so. Never forgotten. Shane Warne. We'll talk about him again in greater detail a little bit later, but some of the tributes, well, just a small smattering of the obvious things you say about an awesome bloke called Shane.
Stunned, a bit numb, can't quite really believe what's happened.
He's going to be hugely missed out of here.
You think these guys are indestructible, and, you know, having played with him for so long, Warney, and then being in the commentary box, I think we're going to be in shock for quite a while.
I still think he's going to walk through the door, to be honest with you. Another sort of unbreakable character for mine. Still had so much to give.
Richie Benaud, the great Richie Benaud once said, don't ever use the word tragedy in a cricket commentary situation. Today is a tragedy, mate. We've lost one of our finest ever.
He's got to be our number one bowler ever. So when he's in the Australian cricket team, Australia win test matches.
Now, there's one particular tribute that I wanted to just raise above the others because I think it sort of tells the whole story, right, of the bloke, the cricketer, and the reason why people feel the way that they do right now. Ian Healy, of course, was a wicket keeper, legendary one for Australia, and took plenty of deliveries from Shane Warne. This is a great story about what he was like, both on and off the pitch.
I've told this one some stage today. I've forgotten what I've been telling, what I haven't been telling. I went into his room in a Pakistan room just to chill out, you know, and he's got the music wired for sound. He's got speakers everywhere. He could never resist duty-free shopping. So he would buy that same sound system and Walkman and players every tour. And I don't know where they went. Hopefully the family got them after the tours, but or he just left them in the last venue. And then he was so happy with how many boxes of shapes and how many big boxes of cheesels he had for the tour. you know, and he was just, and we're going, look at our genius. It is incredible that he got the job done so often and had the durability on the field for the level of fitness and, you know, discipline he had off the field.
Kept saying it, the ultimate Australian life. We'll talk a little more about Shane Warne a little bit later.